Can you guys hear it? Can you hear the? Apparently they couldn't hear it, John. Apparently nobody could hear it. No sound. John swore to me that you could hear sound before this. We tested it. Why do you think we're so late? Why do you think we're 30 minutes late? Because we refined. You can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Let's start with can you hear me?
So the weird thing is that I could hear it when you were talking, and then when you stopped talking, I could no longer hear it. It's quite a riddle.
Well, this is
unprecedented.
This is typical. This is just typical.
Yes, it is complicated, guys. More than you would imagine. But anyway,
it's impossible. It's impossible to say. You know what it is? Yeah, I just figured it out. I bet while I'm on stage, watch. I bet you can hear it now. Hold on. Let me add it. Hold on. I bet you can hear it now.
Yes, I can.
Can you hear it?
Yes.
Could you hear it?
Yes.
All right, I figured it out. All right, I have to be live.
Yes.
All right, we figured it out. We figured it out, and we're good to go. All is well on the Moonbase. Welcome, everybody, to Moonbase Live. I'm your host, Harrison, here with my co-host, Lebanon John. How you doing, John?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Doing good, man. It's been a while. Really glad to be live with you, Mr. Harrison. You've been busy.
Yes, I have. So busy, I used AI to make this this background we have here, the thing. What is that symbol? What is the symbol that it made? Do you know that symbol? I feel like I recognize it.
I don't recognize it, but I do recognize it. If someone knows what that is, please let us know.
Dude, it hit me. I mean, it's like an Iranian thing, right?
Oh shit. That's it's very similar to the Iranian flag. That's hilarious, man.
So I mean, all I said, all I told it to do was make me a thumbnail. It's apparently reading my messages. No. How weird is that, though? I thought maybe it was like a Star Wars thing at first, but then I was like, wait a second. Isn't that the Iranian flag?
It's very similar. It looks like, Saturn turned horizontally as well.
It's not far off.
Yeah.
Well, we got a lot to talk about today, John. We got a lot of time since the last time we spoke, and a lot has developed. The good news is saw all the prophecies are being fulfilled. All the predictions have come to fruition. It really was. I took a week off last week, and there were like 3 or 4 huge stories that I was like, all right, cool. I covered that last week. So no need to worry about not covering it this week.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, I have so much to say on that particular exact thing, because I feel like I was pretty much the only guy who was saying Donald Trump is going to be disappointed with Israel's invasion of Lebanon. Specifically, I used the word disappointed, that he's eventually going to be like, hey, I gave you guys every possible tool to succeed, right? I gave you all the equipment, I gave you all the funding, I gave you all everything you could possibly think of. And you guys are supposed to be like our proxy, our fortified colony of whatever, our ally or whatever. And, you're outnumbering them, you're outgunning them. And then you just can't do anything. It's just a total flop. And the thing is that this is just a repeat. This is like the shit that no one's going to tell you, which is so crazy because it's so obvious. This all already happened in 2006. All of this already happened. This is an exact repeat of 2006, where Condoleezza Rice, who they brought in to advise for this one, and everyone said, oh, they're bringing her in to advise for Iran. I was like, what does Condoleezza Rice have to do with Iran? Condoleezza Rice was with George Bush for Lebanon. But as you have always said, and as I always say, people just don't think about Lebanon, right? Until now, Iran is forcing them to think about Lebanon.
Yeah, and what I'm playing here is just I think it's an Israeli illustration of a tunnel system that was under the Fort Beaufort that they captured from Hezbollah.
Yeah, this if you look at this video, okay, let's watch this video. Okay, obviously it's computer graphics, right? Or whatever. I mean, this is strange, right?
Illustration. It says illustration there at the bottom.
It says illustration, right?
Yeah. So this is the actual.
So that's like one bed, right? And it's like, I guess, like a surgical, like maybe it's like a little field hospital, right? Maybe and then yeah, because you got a wheelchair. So that's like a field hospital with like medical supplies.
Damn, I wish we could watch more. Such a short clip.
Well, that's it. That's all they got. And so the crazy thing about it is that if you rewind back to the beginning of this war, Hezbollah showed videos of far more impressive tunnels than this and said, these are our old tunnels that we let the kids play in. You wouldn't believe what the new ones look like. And it looked, and those videos look way crazier than this. So this is probably a tunnel from 2006, or maybe just a field, a forward operating, like very shallow to the surface, not a very deep tunnel, not a very important tunnel. So, the Lebanese people can stumble upon a Hezbollah tunnel, an abandoned or used up Hezbollah tunnel all the time. It's all over the place. Speaking of which, man, you should. So Gaza City, another place covered in tunnels. Gaza's tunnels look like these tunnels. So that's exactly what Hamas tunnels look like. Hezbollah tunnels, the ones they really use, are far more advanced. This is exactly what Hamas tunnels look like. And the thing is that some people estimate that underneath Gaza, which is the size of Philadelphia, not very big, underneath Philadelphia, underneath Gaza, they say there's 450 miles of tunnels like this. And that I asked Grok, and I posted it everywhere. It was an excellent Grok response. And I said, Grok, why doesn't Israel go in the tunnels in Gaza? And it was like, no, they don't want to, basically. They don't want to. They don't even try to, basically.
Why would they?
Yeah, why would they?
What's down there? They have their own tunnels.
Yeah. And so just a little reality check for the whole world here. They didn't go in the tunnels. They don't want to go in the tunnels, right? So when they tell you they've defeated Hamas,
we choose not to go in the tunnels.
Yeah. So I mean, everybody I talk to about this is like, wait, what? Like, why don't they just like send a robot? Why don't they like send a drone? Like, why don't they do something?
Do that?
Very minimal. Like they didn't try to do like 450 miles of that. Like they do some pretty sinister stuff. If I told you all the stuff they did, stream might get taken down. Like it's like they do really bad stuff. But the point is that they just
flooded and stuff.
Yeah, and so I think they tried to flood it with seawater. They pumped like thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of gallons of seawater into the tunnels, and it didn't work. And so they're deducing from that the tunnels have really good drainage systems. So this is Gaza. It's Philadelphia. It's completely flattened, right? Underneath here is 450 miles of tunnels. The Israelis do not go in the tunnels. So like they're sitting there. This is what they do every single day. Anything that moves, they just shoot it for fun. They just kill Palestinians. They don't go in tunnels, right? It's oh my god, switching to that is so funny, bro.
I'm sorry. Whoops.
What do those two images have in common? Nothing.
An accident.
But yeah, the point I'm trying to make is, by definition, that means they did not defeat Hamas. I just want to remind everyone.
I mean, that is the thing. That is the elephant in the room here. They haven't even defeated Hamas after all this time. So, dude, all right. I have like 100 videos from this Jewish news syndicate.
What? What's that? CNN, BBC? What are you talking about?
Yeah. Okay. All those and more, believe you me. Yeah, so let's see. Let's make sure the audio's working here.
I speak as a goy.
It's working. Speaking as a goy, a mere goy.
Have you seen this one?
Yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah, this thing. Yeah, JNS, Jewish News Syndicate.
Oh, it actually is called Jewish News. I thought you were being anti-Semitic.
No, I'm being accurate. I'm calling them what I'm not dead naming them or anything. I'm being respectful of their pronouns. They are the JNS. That's who they identify as.
How have we never heard of the JNS till now? I mean,
oh, I've heard of it. No, well, a lot of the clips from the 8th Front are from the JNS. I mean, as you may know, John, it's one of many. It's one of many organizations that seem to meet ceaselessly, like without ceasing. Like, how is it that Jewish groups and Zionist groups meet every single weekend of the entire year? How is this possible?
Well,
how many do they go to individually, do you think?
Well, I remember I stumbled upon a secret meeting.
Well, no, but this isn't a secret meeting. No, I'm talking about the JNS, the AIPAC summit. It's like there's an infinite supply of these types of
meetings.
You know what I mean? There's the World Jewish Congress. There's, I mean, it goes on and on and on and on. And it seems like every single weekend there's another. I'm just wondering, who has the time? How do they have the time to attend all of these and give all of these speeches?
No, it's really impressive. And it just reminds me of
it doesn't make any sense.
It just reminds me of Lord of the Rings, where they're chasing the Uruk-hai.
Their job. It's maybe their job.
Yeah. No, it reminds me of Lord of the Rings. Where
we want to look at Netanyahu. Do we want to listen to Ben Gvir talk about Lebanon?
Whatever. Yeah, whatever you want.
Do we want to just look at silly videos that we can mock endlessly? Like India. like India. Like the carnival in India looking like Dante's Inferno. You ever been to a carnival in India, John?
Holy cow. Holy cow is mocking.
I don't hear you. Now I don't hear. Now I don't have any audio.
Can you hear me?
This is insane. This doesn't make any sense.
I suspected you couldn't hear me.
I can see your microphone thing bouncing.
Oh, you really can't hear me?
Hear you. I don't understand. Well, do you guys hear John?
You shouldn't have mocked the JNS.
I don't know. I don't know, Groypenstein. You tell me what's happening.
Shouldn't have mocked the JNS.
I assume you guys can hear me. I can't hear John, but I see his microphone icon bouncing.
Yeah.
John can hear. Max can hear John.
What's going on? I can hear.
Disaster.
Just like.
I don't know what to do. John, I can try to converse with you, but I have no way of even understanding what's happening right now. So, well, he dropped out, but clearly the problem's on my end. I'm telling you, folks, this is what happens. This is what happens when you don't go live ever, and then you try to. Very little preparation. We spent half an hour trying to figure out how to get this bar you're seeing at the top, how to get that not to show up. You'll notice that it is, in fact, still very visible. So I think you may see where we're at this point. However, I do have a ton of great videos to show you. The question is, can I hear them? Can you hear them? Well, I don't know. We don't know. I mean, can y'all hear this? I just want to know if y'all can hear this. See, I can't hear it. I don't hear anything. Did you guys hear that? Should have been some sort of music playing in the background. All right, hold on. Let me add John. All right. John? Yeah. See, the problem's on my end, man. My computer just stopped giving me audio all of a sudden. My headphones just stopped working. One of these days, computer. One of these days. Funny small hammy. Okay, so now they can hear the music and you, whatever I play, and me, but I can't hear any of you.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
This is a conundrum. John could be talking all sorts of shit about me right now. I would have no idea.
Man.
Is there any noise? Is this making noise? I hope this is not making noise. Is this making noise? John, I assume they can still hear you.
Yeah. This is horrific, flat out. I mean, I don't want to hate on them as humans,
sir.
but this is horrific. Truly. I mean, the dust, man. Does it have to be like that? The colors, like, I don't know, man. Such a strange place.
Friggin' Sam Squanch. Yeah, I can hear you guys. So for some reason, I'm hearing the chat right now.
You can hear the chat
loud and clear, crystal
chat
clear.
Makes sounds. I know the chat made sounds. I'm gonna call Harrison on the phone and make him hear me talk through the phone.
I hear high pitched whining. I hear the sound of a ticking clock getting faster and faster. But I've been hearing that for years.
Oh shit. My nigga. All right. That's me, bro.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, bro, this stream sucks. No, I'm just
yeah, dude. What are we gonna do about it?
Can you hear anything out of your headphones? Like anything from your computer?
Nothing from my headphones is coming out of my computer right now.
If it's plugged in properly?
Yeah, I've checked all sorts of things at this point. I did check if it was. I checked if it was plugged in. I've actually now unplugged it and plugged it into a different sound utility device.
And you hear the chat? What does that mean when you say you hear the chat?
Somebody, friggin' Sam Swanch, asked if he was like, "Wait, you can hear us?" And I thought that was funny.
That is funny.
As if I'm going insane. You see, because how funny it would be if I went insane.
It'd be pretty funny. Pretty funny. So what was?
Hold on. Oh my god! Wait.
So what was that noise?
Well, okay. Do you still hear me?
Yeah.
All right, tight. Okay. Now I'm getting audio.
All right.
Hold on.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Wait, I can hear you on the computer. Whoa, did you hear that?
You can hear me. You can hear me.
I can hear you now.
Let's go. All it took was a phone call.
They made the call. We are the ones who make call. Why do I still have this India crap up, John?
Yeah, I said holy cow, and I thought that was really appropriate. Did you know holy cow is from mocking Indians who worship cows? That's where holy cow comes from.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, making fun of it makes sense. Okay. All right, man. Okay. Boom. I'm hearing you guys. You're hearing us. We're back on track. What's up, you guys? It's working. It's all working perfectly by design. All right. We were talking about Hezbollah in the tunnels. All right. Last we heard, everything was going swimmingly. By the way, Coop 95 with $5. Glad to see you both back here. We need to put these on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Listen, brother, they need to happen first. All right. First and foremost, let's get the thing in the bag. All right. So they tried to stop us from talking about the Jewish News Syndicate.
Yeah, JNS. So yeah, I don't know how they have time to do this all the time. It's very strange. Obviously, they have a lot of money passing around. For
me, it's the time. Netanyahu is giving a speech here. The man is waging several wars, too many wars at this point.
Hey, speaking of which, Mr. Alex Jones himself started saying eighth front war now. Eighth front war.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's Netanyahu's freaking statement. Did you watch Alex Jones today? It was like all about Israel. He was getting into the dancing Israelis, and he spent like at least half a segment talking about the art students in the Twin Towers.
Nice, bro.
And like showing the pictures and being like, these are this type of explosive. Yeah, it's a good show. 6 million front war.
6 million front war. Okay, got it. No, I can't believe I like we've woken up in a great timeline, right? We're in a timeline where JD Vance and Donald Trump are, seemingly turning on Israel to a certain degree, and some people think it's fake, some people think it's an act. And my response to them is very simple. I'm going to say what I said before, and I'm going to say it now. I've seen this happen before. Remember, it's the same shit again. That's the most embarrassing part, though. The most shameful and stupid part of this is that it's the same shit again. George Bush did this exact thing. He gave Israel all the capabilities. Him and Condoleezza Rice gave them a plan, sent them into Lebanon. They failed spectacularly. And George Bush himself was like, oh, I can't believe y'all are so horrible at this. Pull back. And then, just in case anybody doesn't know this is what happened. They overthrew Gaddafi's Libyan government. They took Libyan state weapons through the Benghazi CIA office, transferred the Libyan state weapons to Turkey, and armed ISIS, who were radicalized through Saudi-funded mosques worldwide. And then that's what created ISIS to jihad specifically against the resistance axis to facilitate the Greater Israel Project. So it was plan A, run straight at Hezbollah. That failed. Then plan B, activate ISIS to do the dirty work for Israel. That already happened in 2006, 2007, 2008, all the way to like 2012. And it was a huge drama. They had to deploy a ton of Lebanese fighters into Syria to fight these ISIS guys. And then Donald Trump took office, and instead of helping ISIS, he, for the most part, bombed ISIS and ended that project. Then here he comes, tells Israel, go in. They fail. And he says, it would have been better if we just let ISIS handle it. It's the exact same thing. So it's not that it's fake. It's that Donald Trump was cheering for Israel to beat Hezbollah. That is true. So I don't want anyone to think I'm a dumbass and I think Donald Trump is pro-Hezbollah. No, I'm not saying that. Donald Trump actually is disappointed with Israel's performance, because you got to understand, if you're sitting in the Pentagon, you believe that victory is achieved through training, money, equipment. And so why are the Israeli soldiers so bad? Can anyone answer that? It's the stock itself.
Well, it's any number of things. It's actually everything. It's actually literally everything. It's literally, it's who they are, usually like college kids from America. It's what they're trying to do, which is invade a war-torn hellscape full of raised to try to, like, intergenerational warrior ninja clan who has been digging in for decades. It's like, what who thought it was a good idea? How could they ever possibly think it would work? So, and this is the funny part, and this is one of those things that's like, yeah, of course this is happening. Like, oh, Donald Trump said that, ISIS should take over, Syria should take over the attack. It's like, I'm pretty sure we covered that the first time we ever were on air together, like in 2018 or whenever it would have been.
Yeah, we said that Jolani was basically put in power specifically to cut off the supply lines to Hezbollah, to surround Hezbollah, or not specifically Hezbollah, but basically all the resistance factions in Lebanon.
Yeah, I'm trying to show this map here because I'm not sure if it's this one. Like, I haven't even watched this, but
all right. So there's ISIS coming in from Turkey. That's who McCain met with.
See, the Syrian rebel groups that just happen to surround Lebanon immediately. I guess they could be coming out of Lebanon or using Lebanon.
No, they weren't. They had 40 bases on the border region of Lebanon where they were building hundreds of car bombs, and the United States prohibited the Lebanese government from taking military action against them until Sayed Hassan Nasrallah actually leaked audio and evidence that they were building car bombs, planning to drive them into Lebanese villages in a sudden assault of 50 car bombs in one day. And then he actually forced the Lebanese government and Hezbollah to take action and closed 40 ISIS fortifications along the border through extensive operations. And then Hezbollah, created a protective envelope around Lebanon. And then Hezbollah took over the decision-making basically of the Syrian state. And the Syrian state was down to 85% occupied by ISIS. The Syrian state was down to only owning 15% of Syria. And they actually fought back and reclaimed it. And then through treachery, the Syrian state collapsed without a single bullet being fired, and they installed Jolani without anyone fighting. And so that's where it got weird, where the Iranians and the Russians and the Hezbollah said, well, we're not going to fight for Syria more than the Syrians are going to fight for Syria. At that point, that's just weird.
Well, dude, you know about the phone app, right?
The phone app.
The phone app, dude.
Which phone app?
Dude, this is gonna be like the first time I've ever told you something about the Middle East that you haven't known already, dude. Syrian army phone app. That's like why there was no resistance.
Oh, okay. Because they got the commands through a phone app.
How a spyware app compromised Assad's army. An investigation reveals how a cyber attack exploited soldiers' vulnerabilities and may have changed the course of the Syrian conflict. The Syrian army's failure to repel a modest opposition attack on Aleppo in December, which ultimately culminated in the collapse of the regime of Bashar al-Assad, defies explanation. The opposition's military strength and its use of drones were contributing factors, no doubt, but they were hardly enough. The Syrian army had previously reclaimed vast swaths of territory. So what it was, a mobile application distributed quietly among Syrian officers via a Telegram channel had spread rapidly in their ranks. In truth, the app was a carefully planted trap, the opening salvo of a hidden cyber war, perhaps the first of its kind against a modern army. Militias had weaponized smartphones, throwing lethal instruments into a... So basically, they somehow got Bashar al-Assad's wife to promote this app that was about like improving. It was like a social media app for soldiers, I guess. And the thing was that it gave whoever signed up for it $50 because you had to be a soldier. And it was like, it's like, we just want to give back to our troops. And it was a plan. So they just basically had control of the entire Syrian army mobile, communications, and could cut stuff off and give fake messages. Like they basically had complete command and control.
That is crazy. So this is why the betrayal happened, and it seemed really strange. And again, all these soldiers basically still do exist. Now, they were not paid well. They had low morale at this time, and there's tons of problems with the Assad regime. But nonetheless, all those soldiers still do exist. And if Jolani does refuse to serve the Greater Israel Project, they will activate, a civil war in Syria or kill him or replace him. But he himself is a tried and true diehard Sunni radical who believes that every member of Hezbollah should die. And he is absolutely psychotic. Now, the truth is, he is more arrogant than the Israelis. You guys think the Israelis are arrogant. This guy truly believes that he holds the fate of Lebanon in his hands. This guy truly believes. Mm-hmm.
Let's go over this one more time so everybody understands perfectly. What is happening right now has literally already happened in 2006, and it is following the exact script. And we've been presenting this the entire time because it cannot follow any other script, really. And it's that the Israelis are just desperate to get rid of Hezbollah. They're desperate to take over Lebanon. They have been since the 1980s. In 2006, they got the green light, sort of with America's not help, but approval, to try to go in and take on Hezbollah. And was that like purely offensive? I mean, was there any sort of like October 7th, kickoff that led up to that? Or was that just like an out of the blue, it's time to go in type operation?
So they were working very diligently with local spies in Lebanon and obviously, satellites and whatnot to create a target bank for the Air Force. So they had been planning for a long time to build the plan and the target bank. And then they used a minor border skirmish as the excuse to then unleash a war basically on the whole country, because they actually attacked the infrastructure of the whole country just suddenly. And then, like hundreds of things in their target bank, they destroyed it suddenly. And funny enough, Anthony Bourdain was filming an episode of his TV show, No Borders, showing the culinary excellence of Beirut, which he was a big fan of, when this war popped off. And in fact, I had many friends who were like at the beaches, at the clubs, like on vacation, when this war popped off. And before you know it, just instantaneously, Israel blew up the airport and everybody was trapped. Blew up every bridge, blew up every power plant, blew up fuel reserves, blew up like the entire infrastructure of the country, and then started to attempt to dismantle the Hezbollah
Dude, that sounds crazy. I bet it worked, man. I mean, there's no way that didn't work. They blew up every. I mean, that sounds like they planned for a long time. Sounds like they launched a major, devastating series of air raids, and then they must have just swept in with the army. I mean, Hezbollah must have been shattered by that point. Lebanon must have been demoralized.
That's right. Hilarious. I mean, so I'm gonna tell you guys, this the craziest thing about this, guys, is that I actually personally drove from where we're from in Lebanon to the border where Hezbollah is there. I drove there with my family to see the border just for the fuck of it, just to be like, hey, you guys want to go see the border with Israel? Let's go look at it. And so we drove over there just for fun. And we're just driving along. And when we get down to South Lebanon, all of a sudden we're being followed. Like there's a car literally trailing us. Like he's following us. We're like, oh, this is really creepy. Like we look Lebanese. How the fuck do they know we're not from here? Like, this is crazy. We look Lebanese. We're Lebanese. And somehow we started getting followed. We pull over. They pull over. They come out. Their planes closed. Hezbollah security operatives. And they're just like talking to us. And within like a couple minutes of talking to us, they're like, yeah, we know you guys are from America. So you're going to come over to our house tonight. My wife's going to cook a feast. And we're going to host you guys. And it's going to be awesome. And we're going to just like show you guys that like we're not bad guys, you know? So you go to America and tell people like we're cool. And we're like, bro, we're not going to your house. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Don't call your wife. Like, cut that shit out. Like, and they're like, all right, we'll show you around. So like, okay. So we go to the border, and it's like Jurassic Park level electric fence. It's the most insane electric fence I've ever seen in my life. And like you in Lebanon, like there's nothing that you can walk right up to it. And they're just like, yeah, if you touch that, you're fucking dead. Like, be careful, don't trip. You know, you're gonna like blow up if you touch it. It's like Jurassic Park wires, like electric fence. And then on the Hezbollah side, you don't see no weapons. You don't see nothing. It looks like completely normal. We didn't see any weapons at all. At this point, we didn't think Hezbollah had that many weapons. Nobody really knew what Hezbollah had. This is 2005, like about 6-7 months right before 2006 invasion. So we're there. We're looking at this electric fence. We're looking at this Israeli fort on the other side of the fence. And on the Israeli side, you can tell the Israelis are just like literally, I'm not even joking, endlessly terrified. You cannot see anything. They hide the whole time. They're inside these designless, featureless concrete forts. They have like automated farming, like right up into the fence, because Lebanese land is so good for farming and they know it. So they make farmland straight up to the electric fence, attempting to get as close as possible to Lebanese soil to grow stuff. But you don't see any people, and there's no people anywhere. And you know you're being watched by Israeli soldiers inside their forts, but they will never expose even a hair of their body. And on the Hezbollah side, people are on the border, walking around completely casually, natural, and they're sitting there. I saw a guy with an AK-47, his foot on a speaker pointed at the Israelis, just endlessly, 24/7, 365, playing Hezbollah music, just like kind of talking shit to them in song form. And then we're standing there and we see there's like bullet scores, like machine gun holes in the floor. We're like, oh, what happened here? And they're like, oh, about last week. And the Hezbollah guys are like, oh, about last week, we had a wedding and they wanted to come with the wedding entourage right up to the border. I don't know why. And just kind of like say, fuck you, Israel, or something. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. So they can't. So that's where they had like the bride, the groom, the whole wedding party, like right up on the border. I guess the Israelis couldn't tolerate that. So they went nuts. They came out with Apache helicopters out of nowhere and just started opening fire on the wedding, just right there for no reason, right where we were standing. And I'm like, wait, what? Like right here? So like they got helicopters, they could come shoot us right now. And they're like, oh, don't worry. If the helicopter comes and starts shooting at us right now, we'll fire a couple missiles at them. It's normal. I'm like, we all laughed. Oh, fire a couple missiles.
It's normal.
You guys don't have any missiles. What missiles? There's no. We're like, what are you talking about? There's no missiles. Well, this guy's crazy. He's a joker, you know. And that was the end of it. And we went home. Well, yeah, that was kind of weird. And then we ended the trip. 6 months later, they do a border skirmish, and Israel takes this as the excuse to unleash a massive war. And the invasion is absolutely huge and full scale. And then we're like, damn, we were right there just a couple months ago. And then like it goes crazy. And so what happened was Hezbollah, there's a bunch of Lebanese guys, thousands really, being held in prison in Israel since back then. And obviously they do this all the time. It's been continuing, Palestinians, Lebanese. It's normal for them. And they hold them without due process. They torture them. It's really horrible. And they just capture random people. They don't care. They love to do it, actually. They prefer if it's an innocent person, actually, because they love to just torture people. So the Hezbollah promised to liberate the prisoners. So they did a border skirmish. They captured 2 Israeli soldiers alive, and they disappeared them back into Lebanon. And they said, we're going to do a prisoner swap, and that's how we're going to liberate our prisoners. This is like normal back and forth, been going on since the 80s. That's what they took as the excuse to unleash this massive war in 2006 under George Bush, Condoleezza Rice, and the Israeli government. And they had a big plan. It was supposed to eliminate Hezbollah forever. And they killed tens of thousands of civilians. And Condoleezza Rice said, this is the birth pangs of a new Middle East, which we got plans for. So don't worry about the tens of thousands of deaths. We got plans. We know what we're doing. And it was horrible, man. And so
it did just open up basically in 2006 because of this little border skirmish. Israel tries to go in. How long do they attempt the invasion?
Well, so the first week is the most dramatic part because literally everybody was like, what the fuck, Hezbollah? What did you do? We're at the beach. We're at the club. It's peak tourism season. Now everything's getting blown up. Anthony Bourdain's losing his mind. Everyone's like, chill, bro, chill. It's going to be all right. He's not chill. Like, you go watch that episode. He's losing his mind. Like, he's like, how the hell are you guys just... Anthony Bourdain is literally witnessing Western military support and Western political cover pushing for random civilian apartment complexes getting blown up right in front of his face. And it's on his episode of No Reservations Beirut. He's literally like, what the fuck? Like, he's losing his mind. Like, his whole bubble just pops of like human rights, like international law, like civilization. Like, he's just like, yo, they're killing random people nonstop. What's happening? That's like, and then the Lebanese people look at him like, are you okay, bro? You didn't know? You got to calm down, man. Like, this is normal. And he didn't know. People thought there was international law. People thought, and so the first day passes, Hezbollah silent. Second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, Hezbollah doesn't say anything, and we're all just like, did Hezbollah bite off more than they can chew? Do they even have weapons to fight this war? Can they even resist Israel? Is Lebanon toast? Did they just destroy everything? You guys shouldn't have done that border raid. Like, did y'all just fuck everyone over? And we're all kind of pissed off and kind of questioning, what the fuck is up, Hezbollah? Did you just ruin everything? 4 or 5 days in, one of the craziest things in world history. First speech Sayed Hassan Nasrallah gives, live address after the war initiates, and the whole world is watching. Every intelligence service in the world, the whole Pentagon, the CIA, everybody's watching because everyone wants to know, what's this guy going to say? And he comes out and he's like, condolences to the martyrs. And then 5 seconds later, he's like, now I want everyone to look out into the sea and see the Israeli warship that's firing on the houses of people and on our infrastructure. Go look at it, watch it as it burns. And then live in his speech, as soon as he said, watch it as it burns, it blew up. And people lost their minds with this one, man. They said, the American government said there must be North Korean military experts in Lebanon. There's no way Lebanese guys blew up that boat. Live in his speech, timed in his speech. And then from there, Hezbollah went ape shit. Hezbollah went bananas. They kicked their ass, bro. And nobody saw that coming. We didn't even know they had weapons. We didn't even know they had the capability. That was the first time a anti-tank weapon called the Cornet, which is as long as your forearm. That is a wire-guided anti-armor weapon called the Cornet missile. It's a Russian-developed weapon. That's like the first time in military history that it was deployed, where it's infantry versus a seemingly invincible, the most heavily armored tank in the world, significantly more invincible than the United States Abrams tank. It is the most armored tank in the world in 2006. They had billions of dollars of contracts ready to go to sell to France and other countries that because they sold them that this tank is invincible. Then this Russian-made anti-armor weapon, as long as your forearm, that a guy could hide in a tree and take out a tank with a couple $100 of equipment, changed the world, man. And so 2006 was an insane experience. 33 days they attempted to invade. 33 days, Condoleezza Rice and George Bush said, oh, wow, you guys are actually really bad at this. Pull back, pull back, pull back.
Did you know, what's funny to me is, like, for people that don't know this, like, imagine you're in middle school with John and he's like describing, like, I have such a distinct memory of you being like, oh, it's these guys, they like have these little rocket launchers. They're like kids our age. They're like 12-year-old kids, and they just like run out and like blow up a tank. I was just like, what are you talking about? Or like being like, yeah, they like take down apartment buildings. And I was just like, what are you talking about? Like, that's never happened. You're like, no, they would just like destroy it. And I remember then watching a video probably in like 2006 of them just like utterly destroying apartment buildings.
10,000 homes in 33 days. And then this is one of the most intense videos where he makes a live appearance. There was like 300,000 people gathered here to watch him give a speech on a TV screen. Nobody thought he was going to show up live. People lost their minds when he actually showed up live. This guy was the most wanted, highest bounty, most wanted single individual in world history. They fired 80 bunker buster bombs in one spot to assassinate this guy. 80 bunker buster bombs to kill one guy. The most significant single individual in world history, as far as a bad guy or a good guy, however you want to think about it, a villain that they wanted to kill. And here he's telling what he's saying here, the words here, he's saying, I showed up live because I wanted them to listen closely to what I have to say. If they burn me into a powder and cast me into the wind 10,000 times, I would still not surrender. And everyone just goes fucking bananas. He's like hyping up everyone to get their morale up before the war. And that guy did a lot of legendary shit. He was the most popular guy in the entire Arabic speaking world for like multiple decades after leading them to. Okay, so the entire history of the Middle East can be divided into a pre-2006 era and a post-2006 era. Again, they don't want you to know about Lebanon. Like JFK said, their defeats are not publicized. This was a defeat. That's why it's not publicized. But people who actually study this shit will tell you, pre-2006, the hegemony, the American Israeli empire could do whatever it wanted. No one seemed to be able to make them think twice or slow them down. After 2006, everything changed. So this is the video. This is the first time he gave a speech when the war started. He's telling everyone, go look at the Israeli military warship. It's there in the water. And as soon as he says this, he says, it has assaulted our infrastructure and houses of the people and civilians. This is a live address. And he says, look at it burning. And boom, it explodes live. And it's way out there. It is way out there. I mean, they hit this thing with a very advanced weapon. And so that was in 2006.
How did they hit it? Did they hit it just small boat?
No, they have a very advanced anti-ship cruise missile that is able to. In order to hit that boat, you have to do extremely complicated mathematical calculations about like wave height and wave length and all this crazy shit. That's why the U.S. military said, there's no way these Lebanese guys did that. There must have been North Korean guys assisting them. Because they didn't know.
So, all right. So 2006, that happened. So again, how long does it last? Like
33 days. For 33 days, teenagers are fighting $20 million tanks, $50 million F-16s. And
to be fair, piloted by teenagers.
Teenagers versus teenagers. Let's go.
I mean, it's literally American college kids in IDF uniforms. It's crazy.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, hey, if you haven't figured it out yet, guys, tell your friends, don't go over there. Like, what? Like, it's obviously a bad idea. Number one reason why you should not go over there. Your leaders are incompetent. Okay, if you're a soldier and your leaders are sending you to certain death, don't go. So that's the tank that was supposedly invincible. Obviously not invincible after this. Every single time they blew one up, they put a monument on like where it was blown up. That's George Bush. George Bush really thought they could do it. Again, he gave them every possible way to do it. That's Condoleezza Rice. So this is what was happening. So when they brought Condoleezza Rice to the White House 2 months ago, every idiot in the world, every so-called expert was like, oh, that's the consult on the Iran. Oh, look at this. Yeah, that's ISIS. All of them work for Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is the ones who are the custodians of Mecca. When they pronounce a fatwa, every Sunni Muslim is religiously obligated to follow it. So when a Sunni Muslim tries to BS you and weasel out of it, like Sneeko, he's like sympathetic to the Shiites right now. And so he asked Islamic debater, well, do we really hate the Shiites? And he was like, no, we don't really hate the Shiites. We're cool, man, because the Shiites are embarrassing them because the Shiites are getting all the glory right now. No, the way Sunni Islam works, it's not optional. They were issued a fatwa. They have to go fight to the death to kill every Shiite, especially Hezbollah guys. Okay, so Sunni Islam is monolithic. It's not a democracy. They have to do as they're told. And whoever is the cleric that runs Mecca runs their whole religion. That's how it works. And they lie to you, and they're going to tell you that it's not like that. No, it definitely is like that. Look right there. Leading Saudi Sheikh. What does that mean? It means he's the guy from Mecca, where every Muslim, they have to listen to this guy. They don't have a choice. And so they have been working. The truth is that the Saudis were placed by the imperial powers to establish the petrodollar and be the leaders of the Islamic world and run Mecca. And so they work for the same people, basically like the Rothschilds and the people even beyond the Rothschilds, basically the devil. They work for the same people that built the Israeli project in the first place. And this is the deep state of the United States as well. It's the same thing. So when people tell you that, and by the way, the craziest news came out where the president of Belarus said that the Jewish lobby in Russia, in coordination with the Vatican, is really the reason why the war is going so badly in Russia and Ukraine. So it's not as much as I love many Catholics, and Catholics are good dudes, I love many Sunnis. They can be good people too. The truth is, and Jews can be good people too, in a sense, and we love everybody. But the truth is that the leadership of the Vatican at the deepest levels is in bed with the Rothschilds. You got to look it up. The Rothschilds gave the Vatican Bank a loan. The Sunni Muslims out of Saudi Arabia, they weren't allowed to do usury either. When they started doing usury, they had to get a loan from the existing international banking system, which was the Rothschilds and the Jews. So people get offended when I tell them this, but you got to follow the money. Remember, follow the money. They'll tell you everything you need to know. And so it's all for the Antichrist. The bottom of the rabbit hole is that all these people are using divide and conquer. They're going to tell you got to be with the Catholic Crusaders to fight the Sunni Caliphate. That's what they did in the Lebanese Civil War, to divide the whole Lebanese society, and it facilitated an Israeli invasion to occupy Lebanon. So it's complicated shit. It's like a whole thesis. I could write a whole book.
That's the thing. Like, even just that last sentence, we should spin like, a whole show on. Like, no, that's the Civil War. That's how they did it. The Catholics versus the Sunnis. All right. So in 2006, they fail utterly. 33 days, doesn't go well. After that, you see the Syrian rebels suddenly need a lot of funding, and ISIS happens to crop up exactly where the Syrian rebels are. Yeah. And essentially you have ISIS created as a Sunni Wahhabist, recruiting from the Middle East, obviously, but also from Europe, like the extremists, which is a crazy aspect of all of it. Mosques in Europe that are obviously from Saudi Arabia, or the more extremist sects in Syria. They want to arm them to wipe out the axis of resistance, the continual, connected, contiguous collection of states between Hezbollah to Syria to factions in Iraq to Iran, where they can run weapons and they can run support and they can operate as a single unified bloc. That's why the Syrian civil war happened to crop up. Probably had something to do with the Arab Spring that went so crazy. The Libya war, taking the weapons and trying to put them through the whatever it is, CIA connected embassy compound in Benghazi. All these things are deeply and severely connected. I mean, it's almost funny to be like people think all of this stuff was separate. Like, people think it's all just like totally separate things, random events. Hezbollah must be terrorists because I'm sure they did terrorism at some point. So therefore, Israel gets to attack them. And they're just doing this now after October 7th. But it's like it just never has stopped. It's never stopped. 2006 was not the beginning by any means. And this is just the latest development. So the latest development is that 2006 is happening all over again. So, okay, the question is Trump actually turning on Israel? Is it all a game? Obviously, Israel is not going to leave Lebanon or even stop bombing Lebanese civilians to any degree. So is Iran going to respond? And if Iran responds, will Trump say that, they broke the ceasefire? It's not even a ceasefire, the memorandum of understanding.
So basically, the latest is that the Israeli government has issued orders to draw down its troops in Lebanon. So basically, it's the end of 2006. They're giving up. They've failed too many times. They're pulling back. And they're just going to try to hold like a buffer zone And then that's what they did in the past. Again, same shit. So they tried to hold the buffer zone. Hezbollah did a guerrilla war. Eventually, Israel abandoned the buffer zone. They eventually through hit and run tactics. The buffer zone was given back to Lebanon, and so they're going to try to hold the buffer zone again. Well, most likely, they're probably going to have to give it back eventually. So the thing about Lebanon is that they can enter Lebanon, but they can't hold territory in Lebanon. So, but right now, it seems like Donald Trump has successfully called off the Israeli invasion. It wasn't going well anyway. And the Iranians put the number 1 point. See, it's a 14-point MOU, Memorandum of Understanding. It's a 14-point MOU. The number 1 point is that Israel has to stop attacking Lebanon.
Right. And they're just not doing it.
This is insane that he's saying Reagan is rolling over in his grave. This guy right here just said that Reagan is rolling over in his grave. That is the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life. Reagan pulled the troops out of Lebanon himself and said we should stay out of Lebanon.
Yeah, that is hilarious. And I mean, it's comical that it's like, it just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is. It's like they want America to fight Hezbollah. And so it's like, throw whatever at the wall, see what sticks. I'm just thinking, I heard Mark Levin being like, so you just want to let the memory of the Marines who died in 1985 just go down, or 1982, just be forgotten. And it's like, what are you talking? What are you talking? You want to get, this is about getting vengeance for the Marines that we lost 40 years. That's what this is about, John. You don't understand this. We've been harboring this need for vengeance against Hezbollah, which did not exist in an official form at the time, but that's beside the point. And of course, the Israelis knew about the bombing ahead of hand, but also, beforehand, but also not important, obviously. I mean, it's like, and to bring that out now to try to get America to go to war with Lebanon, it's like, how much longer? We have to.
Well, they were going to merge the militaries. If they merge the militaries, then it would actually happen. You think that's going to? You think that's going to fail, or are they going to pull that off? Or are they going to manage to merge the militaries?
I genuinely have no idea. I have no idea how that would even work. Like how that.
What the fuck is this? I think that JD Vance and Donald Trump don't want to merge the militaries. To be honest with you.
I would think not. I mean, it's just such an obvious trick. I don't know what happens if that bill is passed. I mean, obviously Trump would have to sign it, but like, I don't know. It's also to a certain degree just codifying what already exists. That's the other disturbing part. Is it's basically like Israel gets everything that it gets 99.9% of what it wants. This is just paving over that last little chunk. That
no, you're right. You just reminded me of a very important dimension to this. So in 2006, they had this target list. They said this will end the war in a day or two. They finished the target list and it didn't do anything. There's no change. Hezbollah is firing hundreds of rockets every day. They're getting beat in the field. The Air Force is being told by the government of Israel, you got to bomb something. You got to stop. They don't know what to bomb. They finished their target list. So then just start bombing apartment buildings because they don't know what to bomb. They start bombing random shit. And the Israeli government at this point starts demanding that the United States share all possible intel with them to give them the ability to bomb something of strategic importance, something that will change the battlefield, something that will turn the war in their favor. And it gets to the point where they finish all the available intelligence that they can, and they hit the wall of the NSA. And they start demanding NSA phone metadata of the cell phones of Lebanese people. And the NSA is like, that's illegal to share with anyone. That's the highest level of data that the United States collects in the NSA databases that are highly encrypted and secret. And they told Israel, we shared everything with you, but that we can't share with you. So after 2006, the Israelis made sure to create an avenue to then even have access to the NSA database because of the 2006 war and their failure.
So there's probably intel that, and obviously with like the Iran peace deal, they would have been able to, scuttle that if they had access to that information. So what happens next? Because is Jolani going to try to go in, and what does Hezbollah do at that juncture? And like Israel, like you don't know what to make. Israel makes everybody insane. Have you noticed this? Have you noticed how Israel, everybody goes insane when they're talking about it? In fact, there was a video today, I don't know if you saw it, where like the UN, they're like screaming at each other.
That's right. Because the rules are at the UN that you don't do personal attacks. They're just representatives. They're just diplomats. So what is the point of a personal attack? It doesn't make any sense. But the ambassador from Israel, using typical Israeli propaganda, he starts yelling at someone in the UN that she herself now, is guilty of blood libel and anti-Semitism. Holy vey.
Yeah.
She's
makes
saying,
everybody go insane.
She's saying no personal attacks, and he's just not listening.
I will not walk out. We have verified evidence. You're part of this. Part of this obsession. You're part of this obsession. No personal. Just 3 weeks ago, Israel was added to the Secretary General's blacklist for violence. Israel, a democracy governed by the rule of law, a country defending its citizens, placed alongside Hamas, alongside Boko Haram, alongside ISIS. Ms. Patton, you had the chance to see the facts. You had the chance to examine the evidence, but you chose not to. So again, I must ask you, why? Why did you not come to see the evidence yourself? Were you afraid the fact...
Were you afraid you'd be raped?
And by the way, what he's talking about here when he says, see the evidence yourself, he's talking about the secret video that only they have, that you have to go to a secret private screening. And then in that video, there's a girl of a particular age that they show her horribly dying. And then people actually looked at the list of the entire casualty list. There's literally no girl of that description in the entire casualty list. And they realized it's actors, it's AI, it's bullshit. And a lot of it is fake,
Dude, so many aspects of this conflict are like so brazen, and it's been this way since the beginning. The whole just like 40 beheaded and the gangs and the it's like, yeah, there's this video, this special video that travels around and you get to see it if you're special. It's like, what the fuck, what is going on? And then these guys going completely insane, his gay little voice, like what is happening here? Why are they doing this?
Like they couldn't get a guy who actually speaks English properly. Like, you gotta be kidding me.
Dude, that's the funny part, because I actually just stumbled upon, I'd forgotten I made a video like 2 years ago, because it was, I kept seeing videos that would be like, a Hamas person, a Palestinian person, and they're just like, we will respond to the aggression as it comes, and we will not back down. And then it's like the Israeli person just being like, they will fear us, they will know that we're coming, and they will ride in fear. And then it would go to like Jake Sullivan or somebody, and they're just like, so things are complicated and we're doing the best we can. It's just like, oh my God. So usually, but this is the diplomat, so I guess he's,
But he should speak English properly. I mean, that's his job. Like, his one job is to speak English. That's all.
It's proper. It's just gay. It's just got a gay. I mean, what is the Israeli accent? But regardless, he is. So he then attacks the woman for acknowledging the well-established fact that Israel routinely uses sexual violence all the time. Like, it's like they are literally starting a screaming match at the UN, calling people names, breaking the decorum all over what is just a well-known, a well-established. I mean, I don't know if y'all looked into it at all, but it's not hard. It's not hard to find.
No, they're bragging about it. They're proud of it.
The woman who she either exposed, I think she was the prosecutor that had the video of the Israeli prison guards raping the prisoner. It was released, and she definitely got death threats. There's definitely videos of her being like pursued by mobs. I'm fairly certain she committed suicide. Like, I think she offed herself.
They didn't let her. She was trying to, and then they actually stopped her because they want to punish her. I mean, it's just insane.
For exposing this.
We're talking about an Israeli here. This is a story about an Israeli female that they are attacking because it's her job, according to the law, to stop them from doing, SA on prisoners. And anyway, so
yeah, now we should start censoring ourselves now. From this point on. It's SA and unalived, okay?
Oh, man, we said the K word like a billion times at this point.
Of course, we've said a billion million things. If you're on YouTube, say what's up. What's up? Grow that out to grow that algorithm.
But like Alex Jones has turned on them. Pierce Morgan is now turning on them. Pierce Morgan is like openly attacking them now.
Everybody. So why was I even bringing that? I was bringing that up because Israel makes everybody go insane. I can't remember why I was bringing that up, but I think it had something to do with.
Well, you're saying, what's Jolani going to do? Like, what are they going to do? So the latest interview with Jolani, it's like he's so beyond the pale. It's actually insane. Like he is, like there's a certain Overton window, and like they installed him to be like on one far end of the Overton window. And the problem is that he's actually past that. Like he's ISIS. Like he's actually out of his mind. He's not a loyal client state. He's not like a puppet. He's not like a rational actor. The guy's out of his mind. He actually believes that if he just snapped his fingers just like this, that would be the end of Lebanon. And like he's like, it's like he's Thanos, and like it's like he's got like this God complex, and he's like starting to tell everyone how it needs to be handled. And he's like, I don't have to go in and attack them. I could just starve them to death, or I could kill all of them, but I don't want to kill all of them. I'll only want to kill the Hezbollah guys. And the first thing
I'll only want to
unalive the Hezbollah guys. And the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to review the facts, because after 40 years of you guys saying that this is how it is, things are going to change now. So he wants to change the narrative of the national history.
I'm live.
Unalive, yes.
No. I'm sorry. Clown Car has been asking if we're actually live for a couple minutes. I wanted to just enter. Yes.
What's up, live, bro?
Clown Car, we are live. No, we're not live. Sorry, we're not live.
What?
This is pre-recorded.
So, it's pre-recorded. So from the Lebanese point of view, all these Lebanese people who didn't even support Hezbollah to begin with, when they heard that the Syrian guy wants to invade with ISIS, they immediately were like, well, we're all going to unify. And Lebanon's never been unified. No one's ever, they can't even defeat Hezbollah. Hezbollah represents 1/3 of Lebanon. So if they can't defeat 1/3 of Lebanon, what makes them think they could defeat even half of Lebanon or a whole Lebanon? It's never happened,
So again, the question is, what the fuck happens from here? Because now, Trump is now like threatening to end Persia again. Like, how many times are we going to go through?
Nobody takes him serious, bro. They do not take him serious. He should not talk that way. They are a couple weeks away from running out of petroleum reserves. He should not.
I know. So this is the thing. It's like, we have to get the straight out. Like, it's not a question. Dude, this is the craziest thing about the whole Israel situation. It's like, obviously we've done this all for them. Obviously we have paid a gigantic price for them. And then it's not like Trump said, you got to give back a portion of land that you took in 1967. It wasn't like you have to withdraw and declare. It was literally like, hey, would you guys mind not deliberately killing civilians for like a day, for like a couple days, maybe? Just defend yourself, go after Hezbollah, but like, just don't bomb a city. Just don't bomb the city for like a day. And it's like, not only will they not do that, they like go out of their way to bomb more. It's this attitude of like, how dare you even suggest that we would do a favor for you? How dare you have the temerity to suggest that we might alter our behavior even in the slightest, even if it is literally an existential issue for the world that is not even your fault. Like, it's not even like Trump flipped all of a sudden. It's like, this is the deadline beyond which everything gets bad for everybody. Like the economy starts failing. And the point here, the reason why like mid-June to July, has a lot to do with the jet fuel that gets to Europe. And basically Goldman Sachs did this, investigation, was like, that'll be the first thing that will start causing shortages. So it's like, if you don't have the fuel to do the flights, you're not running the flights, you're not making money, the government's going to have to bail out the airlines. Like it starts getting really bad really fast. So it's like Trump is actually faced with this real life, in reality deadline that's not of his making, but that he's got to deal with. And he's like, hey, to facilitate, not driving the world into a depression feedback loop that kills all of us, would you mind please not murdering civilians today? And Israel is like, we are killing all of them. Actually, we're going to do 150 bombing raids. Netanyahu himself is going to order it, and fuck you. It's like, what is this? Well, like, what is going on?
Yeah,
what
is
going on here? Exactly.
Yeah, it's this exact scenario. It does boil down to the fact that if they did listen to Trump, and they are forced to listen to Trump now more than ever, they are actually withdrawing to a certain degree. The thing is, man, is that it would be written down in the history books, with Wikipedia and on, and it would be in their media domestically and obviously in international media. What the story would be is that Hezbollah liberated Lebanon for a third time. That's what they can't handle, right? Because
but they handled it twice already. I mean,
yeah, three times is too many times, man. Because at that point, it's too like
many times.
3 times, dude. If they couldn't,
not a fluke. If it's 3 times, it's not a fluke. It's a thing that happens,
bro. The first time they said it was just an internal decision. They didn't really beat us. The second time they say no, like we won. Hezbollah is like nothing. And then the third time it's over. Like at that point, the next United States administration is going to tell them, I'm not actually going to greenlight an invasion of Lebanon. You've tried 3 times. You're not going to get the green light again. What's different this time? Why? What makes you think? Because like in 2006, it was tanks versus like armor piercing rockets. Okay. And the armor piercing rockets beat the tanks. Okay. So from 2006 till now, they developed like new systems, new drills, new training, new equipment. So now they got like insane aerial like control and like drones. And they were winning.
Oh yeah, they have like the fiber optic. I mean, they're obviously doing significant damage to Israel, and Israel's not happy about the progress that they've made. But at the same time, they have made progress, right? I mean, they've made it to the Litani.
Not really. So that's the thing, man. Hezbollah told them we're gonna change our strategy. So up until Hezbollah like met them face to face previously, and took a bunch of casualties and like did really stiff resistance. But this time they said, no, now we want you to like come in like as deep as you can, because it just makes it so easy for Hezbollah to kill them. So this time it was just like, come on in, like as far as you can. And the reason why there was this hill that they've tried to occupy 8 times, and every time they failed in the last couple of days, that's because they're trying to get video footage inside those tunnels, which are actually legit tunnels. That is an actual Hezbollah base that they found. And that's this hill. It's not even a very big hill. It's like, I don't know, 1,200 feet high. It's not a very big hill. And 8 times, Bibi Netanyahu sent his troops to occupy this hill so they could film some kind of victory lap before pulling back. And it failed so bad that the latest news is that they're contacting mediators to ask Hezbollah to send the remains of their soldiers back to them.
I did hear that. I thought you were going to say to let them film on the hill.
That's hilarious. And then like the main media guy for Hezbollah, he posts like the thermal drone footage from Hezbollah drones, and he'll post and be like, hey, I thought you guys said you occupied this. We're flying around and we don't see anybody here.
Damn.
They got good jokes, man.
Dude. All right. So we gotta close out the stream soon. I got some Kristen McKendry wants to know if it's really you. What is your X account, John?
What do you mean, dude? What kind of question is this, Joe?
It's Lebanon_John, right?
Well, yeah.
That's the real one. I don't know. People could be impersonating you.
Not this again, bro. Not this again. By the way, that friend of mine who sent me that stuff to do social phishing Turns out their account was hacked, and they're sending that to like a bunch of different people. So I'm really glad we didn't come on the stream and like insult them in front of everyone, because it's not actually them doing it.
You know what's funny? I keep getting things that are just like kind of obviously spam stuff. And it's like, I'm trying out for this position. Will you vote for me? Like, I see a lot of that stuff. Yesterday I saw one that was like straight up. I just like, as soon as I saw it, was like, vote for me. I want to win podcast of the whatever. And I was like, okay, yeah, right. Another spam. And then later I saw that same person post like, we won. Like, we did it. Oh, yeah, shit. That was real, huh?
Oh, that's super funny, man. Oh,
Yeah,
great.
My bad, whoever that was.
Oh,
a Coop 95 for $10. Friday was probably one of your best days, in my opinion. The NXR show was great. Keep doing the protocols and the War Room show great. Maybe get John to do a call-in segment one day a week. Yeah, we should. That'd be easy.
So like 30 minutes ago or 40 minutes ago, like right when we started the stream, they said they had been negotiating for 18 hours straight, and that it was actually going really well, and that Israel is going to have to pull back from Lebanon, and they haven't killed a civilian in Lebanon for the past 36 hours. People are very impressed with that. Bravo, Israel.
Well done.
Well done.
Wow.
Yes, it's impressive. And then they commanded their civilians to return to the village, to their settlements in northern occupied Palestine, right up to the border with Lebanon. They commanded the Israelis that it's safe to go back.
All right. Now, so you know, final point of discussion here, and the bird's eye view of this, like, Israel cannot afford, maybe they could. I mean, do you think Israel could afford to not keep pushing for Iran? Because it seems like that is just slipping ever further from reality. The idea that it actually leads to a major sea change in the leadership of Iran.
No,
they can't let that go. But they can't let that go.
No, that's bro. That ship has sailed, bro. That is nobody is talking about that. That is so done.
So what did they do? I mean, but my whole thing this whole time has been like, they've gambled everything on this, right? They
lost it. They lost it. And they lost it, man. Right now, the former like prime minister of Israel is like screaming at like news hosts, being like, "You cannot defend Bibi anymore. Like, he needs to go home. Bibi is done." Like, that's what they're screaming on the TV in Israel. They're saying that it's like the biggest blunder of all time. He could not have failed more. It's just horrible. And Donald Trump, he plays it pretty slick in this sense, where he's like, I'm going to look at other candidates in the upcoming election in Israel. And then once he said that, it was just like, okay, Bibi, like, now America is going to like bring someone else in basically and like replace the leadership. So it's just like 2006, right? So from 2006 all the way till now, Israel had to reinvent itself. And again, what possible reinvention can they have now to defeat fiber optic drones? As of now, nobody knows. They're going to put their best minds on it. They're going to work on it really hard.
But I'm saying zooming out, I mean, what do they do long term? I mean, their reputation is ruined overseas. The longer the time goes, the younger the demographic gets older, like, they're fucked. Like,
what do they do? A false flag in America. That's what they're talking about, right? So the rumors are that, should it be a false flag on the military or should it be a false flag on the civilians? And that's what the Israelis are currently arguing amongst themselves, is the nature of the false flag that they want to do. I mean, you saw Laura Loomer's post about the false flag, right?
Yeah, but she's made that every month for the last year. I mean,
yeah, as soon as it gets like really bad for Israel, that's what she says.
Yes, every single time. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think that false flag won't even work, to be honest with you. And
no, I don't think so. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I agree. I don't think it'll work. I genuinely don't know. I don't know what happens from here on out.
It's hard to believe, right? Because what we're saying is that they're screwed, and they're gonna have. Well, look, they can always come up with another play, right? No one saw COVID coming, right? No one saw a lot of stuff coming, so they have a curveball. So they'll do like an EMP. They'll do like a cyber attack on the infrastructure. You know, they'll do something. They'll do alien invasion. You know, they'll come up with something. They have a lot of schemes up their sleeve, but it's gonna. In the end, right now, the attention is really going to go back to Russia and Ukraine. That's really what they're going to do is they're going to overthrow Erdogan, They're gonna, like you said, they're gonna focus on Erdogan. They're gonna overthrow Erdogan. They're gonna put an Israeli and NATO puppet in Turkey. He's gonna take action against Greece and Russia, and that's gonna instigate insane events that are gonna culminate with miraculous things. You guys, if you're lucky enough to survive to see it, you'll see miracles in that war, and it's just gonna be World War III. And then they say that Israel's gonna be really oppressed after that. So it does look bad for Israel. It does look bad for Israel. I don't know how Israel bounces back from this. I can't see Israel bouncing back from this. I mean, Donald Trump literally went on the TV and said, I think ISIS would have been more professional than Israel. I mean, that's a pretty big insult. And it as far as Lebanon is concerned, when I tell even like my mom, hey, did you hear the ISIS hordes of Central Asian Mongolians?
The hordes?
The hordes, the hordes. They're going to potentially invade from Syria. And my mom was like, how? Like, what do you mean? I was like, what do you mean how? She's like, well, like literally how are they going to come from Syria into Lebanon? I was like, oh, I don't know. I guess on like pickup trucks with like machine guns on the back. And she started laughing. She's like, well, they're all of Lebanon's going to kill them. I'm like, yeah, you're probably right. Even my mom knows that that's a bad idea. So, I mean, I think Donald Trump wants to fix the economy and stop looking so bad. I think his popularity went from 99% approval in Israel to -22.
Yeah, I saw that.
He's hated in Israel now. So hey, so he's gonna come crawling back to his original MAGA crowd, because now he's saying that he's really sick of Bibi Netanyahu and Mark Levin, right?
Well, and this is the frustrating part, is that he's literally just saying what we've been saying the entire time, and it's like nothing has changed to make this true, but like now he's saying it, so it's all just bullshit. And it's just it's the economic reality that means he has to close down the war, but it's the existential reality for Israel that like they can't they can't let it stop.
It really is, man. It really is all bullshit. And I do think JD Vance is like a newer generation, and I just don't think he's as incompetent as his older generation on this topic. I mean, I'm sure he wishes he could snap his fingers and have America occupy Iran and have Hezbollah be gone. But I'm not saying he's like against the Greater Israel Project. I'm just saying that he's not as incompetent, because at the end of the day, everything they've done has actually hurt American interests. Everything they've done has hurt. I mean, dude, just last month, people would tell you that Greater Israel Project was coming and it was unstoppable. Just last month, people were saying that.
Dude, yes, that is like absolutely true. Or they would tell you it doesn't exist. Like, it's so crazy. Like a year ago, most people would say the Greater Israel Project makes you an anti-Semite for even thinking about it. The other half would be telling you, you're not saying it, but like since then it's both been acknowledged and has failed utterly, but they're still denying it, but it's still obviously trying to happen. Like it's
insane, man. It's a weird time.
Dude, it's not just that. I mean, yeah, I don't know how they possibly play this. It truly is.
I mean, if they fuck it up, we're all going to face shortages of fuel and economic disaster. If Israel gets their way, like if Bibi Netanyahu gets his way, like if they fuck up this peace deal, like it's a big fucking deal, guys. It's a big deal. The United States military will actually face a diesel shortage within a couple of weeks if they can't get it sorted out. Like it is going to be like Europe is totally screwed. Asia is totally screwed. Like a lot of people are going to suffer, and that does mean people are going to starve. That does mean people are going to not be able to move around. Like it's going to be a total disaster, and there's probably going to be food shortages already based on what they've done, because it takes time for that to manifest. So we're all losing money. Every single one of us has lost money because of Bibi Netanyahu's adventurism and because of Donald Trump, going along with them. So it's like, there should be hell to pay. Like this, they have screwed the pooch. This is so incompetent. Every single aspect of this, I could have, me and Harrison literally told you it's not going to work. They don't have an effective strategy. This is going to backfire. Me and Harrison said this. So like, should me and Harrison work at the Pentagon? And then of course, the truth is you have people like Joe Kent, who he knew exactly what was up, and they pushed him out.
Dude. And at the end of the day, this may literally result in America withdrawing from the Middle East, right. Israel being massively diminished in the world. like in this crazy, unpredictable, definitely not planned way. But still, it's like Trump gave them everything they wanted, and therefore they are totally screwed in the future. Like I don't understand what the plan is.
Think about it. He gave them everything they wanted, and now they're totally screwed. What does that mean? That means they're foolish. What they wanted was bad for them. They hurt themselves.
Well, I think they just thought, I think they thought they could get Trump to put boots on the ground.
I mean, dude, the boots on the ground that they were asking for was specifically Karg Island, which is literally just sitting in front of like 500 cruise missile batteries at point blank range. Like it's like they literally wanted American soldiers to just go there and die. And then they probably thought that would piss off Trump and America to then have an irreversible ladder of escalation. So like the things that they're publicly asking for Ben Shapiro publicly is specifically saying that American troops need to go to Karg Island, which is it's worse in Okinawa, like in the World War II. It's just like, or not Okinawa, the other one, like Iwo Jima, or it's just an exposed island right in their face. I mean, it's the most horrible strategy you could possibly think of, and every American military expert knows this. It's called the killing zone.
It's suicidal. It's so yeah, man. I don't know if they just made the worst gamble of all time and failed. I don't know where it goes from here, but we told you so. I mean, but at the end of the day, we could have avoided literally all of it by listening to us humble anti-Semites who were just right about everything, and called anti-Semites for being right about everything.
Yeah. Hey, how many times has it been the case that people who grew up in Texas had a better head on their shoulders, had a better perspective on things than the guys who grew up, in the supposed elite circles? Hey, it happens all the time. It's because we're down to earth people, man.
Well, all of this has been obvious the entire time. It's
100%.
If you just know where to look. All right, closing it out. I'm gonna play the outro here. We're gonna start trying to do this more often. I've also got a bunch of stuff cooking up in the background, and I'm not kidding. Certainly within like 3 weeks or so. I don't know if y'all saw the post I did with the drawing, with my drawing on the shirt, but there's gonna be a Moonbase shop. There's gonna be some very special merchandise going out, and we're gonna start doing some extra stuff as well.
Bro, I have a video that I would love to show you that is a edit of like a Russian cartoon, a Russian Christian cartoon, a Russian kids Christian cartoon. It's like really cool.
You want to send it to me on the chat here?
Yeah, it'd be kind of interesting to like maybe work this into a video, or just at least maybe just show people this at least one time.
All right, we'll play it as we go out.
Oh, awesome, man. I'm so excited. This is so cool.
Just put it in the chat.
Okay, right there. Check this out. Oh, no. Shout out to whoever made this. I don't know who you are, but it's pretty cool. It's okay, so it doesn't do URLs. That's really weird. I have to share and copy. Does it actually not let me do URLs here? Okay, there it goes. Check this out, everyone. Let me know what you think.
All right. We're going to close out here. Copy link address. Thank you all for joining us. Subscribe. And we'll see you soon. All right. Oh, it's short. Yeah, this is great. All right, hold on. Oh, wait. I got this muted. All right. Done. Bye. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Слезы отражаются от солнечных лучей. Тянись на руку, я попробую поймать. Я мечтала касаться тебя и вечно целовать. Нас накрыли дни дождик, и ты ко мне идешь домой. Нам осталось немножко побыть со мной. Я знаю, ты все видишь, ведь я вижу глаза. Chapter